Tonight's discussion focuses on an operation that has raised serious questions across the country. For the first time, the administration is publicly naming a senior military commander, implying he is responsible for a deadly misjudgment. And the big question is this real accountability or an attempt to redirect blame? When a government steps up to a microphone and directly cites an admiral by name, it usually means something has gone very wrong internally. And when experts in military law describe the incident as a clear violation of basic wartime principles, it is no surprise that the administration would want to shift attention toward a single officer. But before anyone assigns blame, we must understand who issued the order and why the chain of command broke down in the first place. A major part of the confusion came from early reporting. Some headlines suggested that a top official personally ordered the second strike, even though the original report never confirmed that. It was based on hearsay. Someone overheard aggressive language and assumed it meant a direct order. That misunderstanding is likely why today's clarification was issued. But here is the core question. Who has the authority to label a group as a threat? That power lies with the Foreign Policy Department, which operates under the executive branch. If they classified this group as hostile, the first strike may have been legal, but legality of the first strike does not answer the controversy of the second one. If the boat was destroyed, survivors would not exist. And if it was only disabled, then was it still considered an imminent threat? These contradictions demand clarity. The real dispute centers on the second strike. Even if a target is hostile, the laws of armed conflict are explicit. If the enemy is incapacitated or surrendering, a follow-up attack is illegal. Their status as terrorists does not change that. Once a threat is neutralized, the rules require restraint. And remember this, we only know about the operation because someone involved chose to leak it. That tells us there is internal discomfort. People on the ground believed something was wrong. This was not speculation from an outsider. This came from inside the operation. That alone signals a breakdown in leadership confidence. Now, the administration's attempt to control the narrative is creating even more tension. Military personnel are saying publicly that statements from the top are throwing them under the bus. Lawmakers across the aisle keep saying, "if this is true," which shows that even they don't have the full picture. It is also interesting to compare this to past administrations. When drone strikes under previous presidents went wrong, officials simply admitted error and moved on. The reaction today, however, is far more intense. The standard seems inconsistent. But stepping back, there is a broader global context. International law violations, human rights concerns, and foreign interventions have long shaped America's reputation. So when U.S. leaders now emphasize moral authority, many around the world react with skepticism. Whether in the Middle East or Latin America, nations remember past actions that did not follow the rules. That is why this case resonates beyond our borders. Ultimately, this issue matters because rules of engagement are designed to protect our own troops. If we disregard these rules, we put American service members at greater risk in future conflicts. This is not about political parties. It is about maintaining ethical standards and credibility. This is why tonight's debate is larger than a single mission. It is about trust, leadership, legality, and whether the United States practices the same principles it expects others to follow.